Hey everybody, when it comes to hiking and camping, unless you bring enough water, it is wise to be in close proximity of some type of water source. But a major problem is during the dry season or the fall, you might have those water sources all dried up and you might have to do a little hike off trail to reach it. Now, winter camping is a lot of work and it can be really challenging, but a huge plus or bonus is when it comes to collecting water, well, it's all around us. In this episode, we're going to look at the tips and tricks on how to melt snow and also where to find the best snow to make clean water. That don't taste like pine needles. Now there's two segments to processing snow to water. There is collecting and melting. We're going to start off looking at some of the tips on collecting snow. First, you want to start out looking for areas that are open with no trees or vegetation nearby, like a frozen lake or a field or meadow. If you are in the deep woods, just try to find an area that has the largest clearing. Once you find that perfect spot, you're going to notice that there's duff on top of the snow from nearby trees. And you just cannot escape it, and that's not a problem because it's always going to be there. So all you simply have to do is take your shovel and skim the top. Another trick is, later in the year, because it snowed throughout the season, you'll have different layers of duff between them. So what you do is dig down deep to make a wall of snow to expose those layers with duff. That was created during a different snowfall. So you simply just take the pure snow between the different layers. When it comes to collecting and transporting snow back to camp, I like to use this water bag from Granite Gear. It is really lightweight and packable and makes collecting snow so much easier. Now, after you have collected snow, it is time to melt it. And there's basically two ways to accomplish this. First is with a stove, and second is over an open fire. And of course, another piece of gear you're going to need is a good cooking pot. Now you're going to want to bring a 2-liter pot or larger. The ones that are a little wider and has round edge and a lid which creates a good seal can make a big difference in boiling water. Your boil. Anodized aluminum pots will work better than the thin titanium pots in terms of heat retention and because they heat more evenly without hot spots. But remember this, the best pot is the one you have. Now, a very important part to melting snow is having a cup of water with you, which is called seed water. Because snow is an insulator and not a heat conductor, when you don't use seed water and use only snow, you'll burn the pot before you melt the snow. The pot will be scorched and will make the water smell and taste awful. Seed water provides a protective barrier between the snow and the pot, much like cooking oil does with a frying pan and food. So first put in a cup of water in a covered pot. And bring it to a boil. Then you can add clean snow to it slowly, and preferably still in powder form so it melts quickly. You can use anything to scoop the snow. What I like to use is a lightweight titanium multi-purpose trowel from Peterbilt. That's not only a pooper scooper, but also a snow scooper. You just keep adding snow until that desired amount comes to a roiling boil. It is now safe to drink and to be stored into insulated bottles for later use. A little tip when storing hot water in your bottle. After pouring the hot water, you just screw the cap on loosely and wait a while, then tighten it. If you tighten it right away, the pressure from the heat may cause leakage. With an insulated shell around the water bottle, if done the later part of the day, even though the temperatures are very cold, that water will still be unfrozen the next morning. You can see that the water is not frozen, and you can also leave some in the pot as seed water for your next batch of melting. When using a backpack stove, liquid fuel or white gas, they'll burn down to 40 degrees below zero, which is negative 40 Celsius, which makes them a very good stove for those cold temperatures. The stove setup should use a ground reflector and a side reflector to conduct the heat better and block out the wind. This also saves on fuel as well. The stove should be on a high setting. With the flames lapping on the side of the pot, will melt the snow faster and be more effective. And my favorite way to melting snow is on the open fire. And you can use a fire grate if available. Otherwise, set the pot on 2 large rocks or logs over the coals. My favorite method is lashing 3 sticks to make a tripod. This trowel comes in real handy, doesn't it? This method allows you to lower or raise the pot to make easy adjustment over the fire or coals. When melting snow over the open fire, make sure that lid on top of that pot is tightly secured. No gaps, otherwise that smoke will get in there. There's nothing like smoked fish or smoked meat, but I don't like the taste of smoky water. And last, always watch out for yellow snow. Now, if there's something I missed or you'd like to add, or if you have any questions or comments, please write them down below. I'd love to hear from you. This is the Marine. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, I'll follow, only golden.